Good morning, super readers. Thank you for joining us in our Valley PBS classroom. I'm Mrs. Nix.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Zhang.
And I'm Mrs. O'Leary.
And this is a place where we come to learn and practice and grow our brains to become even stronger readers, writers, and thinkers. So let's get started by warming up our brains with some ear training called
Daily Phonemic Awareness.
Now today for our Daily Phonemic Awareness, we're actually going to be doing some contrasting of our sounds. We're going to listen for the ah sound. That's that short A. Ah. Okay, I'm going to give you two words. So your first word is going to be flap, and your second word is flip. Do you hear the ah sound? Flap, flip. That's right. Flap has the short ah sound. How about these two? Sit, sat. Which one has the short ah sound? Sit or sat? That's right. Sat has the short ah sound. How about cap or cape? Which one has the short ah sound? Cap or cape? That's right, cap. Last one, beg or bag. Ooh, this one's hard. Beg or bag. Do you hear it? Which one has the short ah sound? You got it. Bag. Nicely done. So today, to help continue to train our ears, we have a song that we're going to do a little dance to. Do you remember that lemon song? Stand up, get some space, and let's do this. Here we go. I see you. Join us. You can do it. Yes.
I licked a lemon and it had a sour taste. I licked a lemon and I made a funny face. I like lemon candy and I like lemonade and I like lemon cake and pie. But a lemon I can't take. I licked a lemon and it had a sour taste. I licked a lemon and I made a funny face. I like lemon candy and I like lemonade and I like lemon cake and pie. But a lemon I can't take.
That was awesome.
I love that song every time.
So much fun.
Yes. Okay, let's get started on our phonics lesson today. And so, just like the song said, we're going to be blending some letters and some words with the lemon card. The lemon card says lemon and it's spelled with an L. And all week long we've been blending some letters and then blending some words and then building some words, all with that blend of the L in the word. So let's practice what we've already learned this week. Alrighty, the first one is coal. Very nice. How about that one? Bowl. Very, very good. Did you grab your whiteboards? Are you writing some of these down so you can practice them later? I hope so. The next one is full. Very good. Soul. Nicely done. How about that one? Pull. Do you hear that "ul" from the lemon card? "Ul" sound in there. And one more is gull. Very, very nice. Now I'm going to just put these right back so that when we build some words, we will have them to build our words. Put them right back here. Okay, so let's go over to some words that we're just going to blend and kind of warm up our minds and kind of remember what we've been learning through the week. We'll start here with this word right here, and we'll start at the beginning of the word. Sl. There's our vowel sound. A, P. Our final sound is P. So let's do it one more time. Let's blend it and then let's shorten it and say it quickly. Slap. Slap. Very good blending. You're getting it. All right, let's try one more. Okay, so here's a word and we start with the CL. Remember, we're taking those two consonants and we're just blending them really quickly together. Cl, ooh, a different vowel than our A. It's our short I, which is I. And do you remember last week when we were learning our phonics lesson and we said when two consonants are together, it only makes one sound? And so for this FF, we're not going to go f, f, we're just going to go f. So let me show you. Cliff, cliff. Very good. And a cliff is just like you're overlooking, you're on a big mountain and you're overlooking at the edge, and that's what cliff means. Alrighty? Well, let's do, my favorite is let's build some words. So the first word I'm thinking about is slick, slick. Now slick, let me put that in a sentence. The ground is slick, which means you might slip or something like that. So let's try to spell that out. What do you think? Looking at all of our blends that we've been practicing, slick. You've got it. It starts with an SL. And then which vowel are we going to use? Slick. Yep, we're going to use our short I vowel. And this word can be a little tricky because it's actually spelled, and I want to help you with this one, with a C and a K. And it sounds like slick. And you only say the K once because we know C can say K and we know K can say K and we're just going to say it once. Slick. Very good. You want to do one more? Okay, let's do one more. How about click? Like I have the remote control and I like to click to new channels. Click. What do you think? You got it. That was quick, right away. That's our CL, cl. And again, I'm hearing the short I, inset card I, I, ick. What do you think at the very end? You're right, it's just like this one. C-L-I-C-K with one sound that says k. So let's blend it together. Click, click. Very good, excellent job. Okay, so instead of building our sentence, we're gonna look right over here and we're gonna read us a passage that I'm hoping you can identify words that have our blend in them that we've been talking about all week. So I'm gonna grab a pencil right here, a pen, and let's read it together. The title says, glad. What? Yes, already in our title we have a blend, an L blend. I'm going to circle it. And if you have your whiteboard out and you want to write it and circle it, go ahead and say glad. All right, let's start reading together. Pam can tag Dan. I don't see a blend in there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't see one, nor do I hear one. Let's go to the next one. Is Dan glad? Ooh, it's a question. So this time they didn't put a period at the end of the sentence. They put a question mark. But you're right. There it is again, glad. Here it is with an uppercase G. Here it is with a lowercase g, because this is our title, and titles always start with an uppercase letter. And this is just the word glad. So good for you for catching that. Let's go on. Dan can clap. Dan can clap. Yep, you've got it. Dan can clap. Good for Dan. There it is, CL. Is Pam, yep, I heard you, glad? Yes. I wonder. I'm going to circle the GL. Now I've seen it 3 times. Pam is glad. Wow, this is a happy story. A lot of people are glad. All righty, very good detective work for you guys, and very good reading. Let's go with Mrs. Nix with our high frequency words.
Awesome job. Thank you, Mrs. O'Leary. So today we're going to finish up looking at our high frequency words. And high frequency words are those words we come across in our reading and our writing. And sometimes we can sound them out and sometimes we can't. And today's word happens to be one of those words we cannot sound out. We have to learn how to read it and write it just by itself. So here it is. Here's our word. The word is come. C-O-M-E. Say it with me. Come. Okay, I'm going to use it in a sentence. So it says, can you come here? Can you come here? And that is asking us a question if we could come here. Now, we've spelled it and looked at it, but something that you can do to practice this on your own at home is to simply practice writing it on your own whiteboard. Because again, like I said, it's hard to spell out. It doesn't make the right sounds. So you're going to have to say the letters as you spell it. And so just say to yourself, C-O-M-E spells come. And you might want to write that a few times on your board so that you can start to remember or memorize how that word looks, how you should spell it, and then practice using it in your own sentences. Now, when we talk about how something looks, we're trying to visualize or think about what is happening in a story. We like to make a movie in our stories, right? And so one of the things we're going to do today is we're going to talk about, or we're going to watch a book about finding Cal. And there's a young boy who's going to go through this journey of finding his own pet dog. So I want to turn it over and I want you to think about what's the movie that's going on inside your mind as you watch this video.
Finding Cal, September 25th. Dear Diary, it took Dad a long time to decide. He finally made up his mind. Dad came to my room tonight. He said I could get a dog, but it has to be a small or medium-sized dog. We will go to the animal shelter tomorrow. September 26th. Dear Diary, wow! There are so many different dogs at the shelter. There are big and little dogs. Some have soft fur, and some have wiry hair. Dad and I walked to one dog's cage. The tag said the dog's name was Cal. One quick glance at the cute dog, and I knew he was for me. Dad said, "Look, Jake, look at how Cal stares at you." It was true. His eyes were wide open. He was looking right at me. We put Cal on a leash and took him to a fenced yard. Cal smiled and stared at me. Cal wanted to play. In minutes, he learned the proper or correct way to sit. He could walk on a leash nicely, too. I patted him on the head, and he licked my hand. Dad said, "I see a real connection between you and Cal." I agreed. We already had a good relationship. Soon we were on our way home. Cal was nervous, so I tried to make him feel better. I scratched his ears, and he liked it. October 10th. Dear Diary, it has been a while since I have written. Cal has learned many new tricks, like how to roll over. I have learned from Cal, too. Cal walks with Dad and me to school every day. Each night, Dad reads me a story. Cal lies next to me. I would not trade him for any other dog. I will keep him because our friendship is very special. Finding Cal was worth the wait.
That was a great story, wasn't it, Ricky? Oh, I love that story of how he found Cal at the animal shelter, because that's a great place to go and get a pet. Did you enjoy that story? Can I retell? Ricky? Yes, you can today. Let's retell the story by telling it by beginning, middle, and end. Can you do that? Oh, I see how excited you are. And guess what? I added an extra feature to it. So today, as we're retelling Retail Ricky. That's her name. We're going to think about the characters in the beginning, the setting, that means where are they, and the event. So we're going to be thinking about what's happening during the beginning of the story. And then we're going to do the same thing for the middle, thinking about the characters in the middle, thinking about if it's changed, the setting, where they are, and again, the event or the main event that happened in the middle. And then we'll go to the end of the story and think about the characters again. Let's see if the characters change or if they stay the same. The setting, again, we're gonna think, did they move? Did they change? Or did it stay the same? And then the event in the story. So can you help me? I sure can. Okay, so let's go to the beginning. In the beginning of the story, there was a boy named Jake. You're right. So I have it right here. And I took Jake from our story. Do you guys remember Jake? Do you guys remember where was the setting? It was, I think, at his house. Well, let's check. Was he at his house? Oh, he was. Good thinking, Retail. Okay, what happened in the beginning with Jake at his house? I think he wanted a pet, and I think his dad finally said yes. Well, let's see. Is Ricky right? Let's see. Oh, it says Jake is excited to be getting a dog. Good thinking, Ricky. Yes, his dad finally is saying yes, he can get a dog. Good thinking. Okay, so now let's go to the middle of the story. So my middle of my story, who are my characters? That's easy. It was Jake. You're right. And the dad. You're right. I think there was a new character. I think he found his dog, Cal. You think so? Oh, good thinking, because where were they? You guys remember? At the animal shelter. You're right. They were now at the animal shelter. So what's happening now? So we have Jake, Dad, and Cal. Now they're at the animal shelter. I think he found Cal, and they started to go to the park and play, and that's how he knew that Cal was the perfect pet. You think so? Well, let's see. Let's double check. It says Cal smiles and stares at Jake, because remember, Cal's the dog, and he was smiling and staring at Jake, and that's how Jake knew that Cal was the perfect pet for him. You guys remember? And then Jake took him on a walk, and then that's how Jake knew that Cal was the right pet for him. Yep, he chose Cal. You're right. Okay, now let's think back to the end of the story. Again, characters. Who are my characters? It was Jake, his dad, and Cal. You're right. Jake, Cal, and his dad. Now, where were they? I think they were in Jake's room. Let's see. Is Ricky right? Let's see. Ricky, are you right? Let's double check. It was in Jake's house, which is where his room is, right? So if you said Jake's room, that is also correct. Now, what was happening? Do you remember? Oh, Jake loved his new pet Cal. You're right. What did they do? Oh, he taught him lots of tricks. You're right. And remember, he loves walking to school with Jake, and he loves laying next to Jake. So Cal is a great friend, isn't he? Good job, Retail. You did a good job of identifying the characters and settings and the events at the beginning, middle, and end. And boys and girls, if you can do that, then I know you guys are comprehending the story. So great job. Now, let's go into our writing. Our writing prompt today is, how can a pet be a good friend? Because Cal was a really good friend. So let's see. I want you guys to think, how can a pet be a good friend? And let's call our friends to help us. Is that okay? Tina, Scooter, help! Oh, there they are. Thank you, friends, for helping us. So today, we are talking, or we're going to be writing to a prompt that says, how can a pet be a good friend? Can you guys think and give me some ideas of what how a pet can be a good friend?
Mrs. Bang, I have an answer. I have an idea.
Okay, Tina, what's your idea?
I don't like being alone.
Oh.
It's so scary.
Oh.
And you know what a pet can do? They can be with us, and they can be our friend, and then I don't have to be alone.
You're right. What a great idea. So if you have a pet, are you ever alone? No. So that is a great idea. So let's put this into our sentence. And I started the sentence for you guys. Remember, we talked about complete sentences. So it says, a pet can be a good friend by being with me so I'm not alone. Great idea, Tina. I love that. Now, how else can a pet be a good friend? Oh, Scooter. Scooter, do you have an answer? Oh, Scooter has an idea. Okay, let's see, Scooter. Oh, Scooter says that, oh, this is a good one, Scooter. Scooter says that a pet can be a good friend by protecting me from strangers. Is that a good one? Yes. Oh, Scooter, do you get lots of strangers coming by you? And so if you have your pet next to you, are they going to protect you from strangers? Yes. Oh, I love that. What a great idea. Oh, I love that. Scooter, I can protect you, but I'm a friend, not your pet. Yes, you're right, Ricky. You are his friend. Okay. Now, can you guys think of an idea?
I have one more.
Tina, you have another one.
another one.
Oh, Tina, your brain is getting so smart. Look at you. Look at all those great ideas. Okay, Tina, what's your idea?
So sometimes I get really shy, and so I don't know, I don't always share all of my ideas when I'm with big crowds. But you know what I do when I get home?
What do you do?
I go home and I can talk with my pets, and I can tell them all the things. And you know what? They're great listeners all the time.
Right. Oh, I love that because Ricky loves listening when I tell him all my problems. Lots of problems. I don't have a lot of problems, Ricky. That is a great idea, Tina. So, can we say that a pet can be a good friend by being a good listener? Yes, awesome job. Thank you, friends, for helping me with our writing. Now, let's go to this next friend who has a great story to share with us. Let's see if you guys will enjoy this book.
Hi everyone, my name is Mrs. Vallejo and I'm going to give a book talk today on Super Fly Guy. This is one of my first grade class's favorite books. My first graders love reading about their favorite characters, Fly Guy and Buzz. And in this book, Buzz takes Fly Guy to school. Now in this book, in the beginning of the story, things are going pretty well. Fly Guy is learning about phonics and reading. He's even learning about art. But Fly Guy's problems begin when Buzz takes him to the cafeteria. Now, think about that for a second. Is it a good idea to take a fly to the cafeteria? Do we want flies in the cafeteria? No, we don't. So, if you would like to find out what happens when Buzz takes Fly Guy to the cafeteria, please check out Super Fly Guy. You can get it on Sora, or you can get it from your library. Have a wonderful day, and keep reading.
That was awesome, Mrs. Vallejo. And if you can just say hi to all those, it's Thomas Tigers, yes? So say hello to all of them. We've had such a good time hearing from all of our librarians, so thank you for sharing your books
Knock,
with
knock.
us. Who's there?
Etch.
Etch who?
Bless you.
Oh, so silly. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow on Valley PBS. Have a great afternoon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.